habari yenu, Kavava here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Vavavoom, the only way to live your life. Thank you so much for all those who have subscribed, and for those who haven't, kindly just hit the subscribe button and let's keep talking. Our main focus for this channel will be to talk about travel and entrepreneurship, but for today, as you can see, we'll be talking about travel. Yeah, so when you think of travel, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Well, apart from money, passports. Yeah, this is the old passport. Yeah, this is the old Kenyan passport, and this is the new one. The navy blue is the old one, this is the new one. I'd encourage anybody who has not applied for the new one to go ahead and apply for it right now, because there are those embassies like the European embassies, they do not allow this, they allow this. So the process is quite easy. You just go to a cyber cafe, apply, and then go to an immigration office, pay up, you're given an appointment, and within no time you have your passport ready to travel. So once you have your passport, you choose your destination. Once you decide on your destination, you just find out whether they need a visa or whether it's visa free. There are some destinations that are visa free. Yeah? First and foremost, I always do my research and find out what the weather is like. Yeah, so it's important to know whether it's cold or hot, so that you don't go there with the wrong clothes. Imagine going somewhere it's summer and you're busy there with your sweater. So it's always good to find out what season it is. So once you do that, you go ahead and book your ticket, right? So what I normally do for me when it comes to booking is I normally go and check on different websites. There are so many booking sites online. There's cheapflights.com, Skyscanner, Skiplag. There are so many. There's Expedia. There's so many, you can't finish them. So once you decide on the destination, you go, click, put on your dates on the site that you choose. I personally choose Skiplag. The reason I prefer it is because they usually give you a graph, you know. Maybe I indicate I want to travel from 30th to 8th. What it does, it will give me a graph. So I will play around with that graph and see what the rates will be like December as compared to January. Once you choose a rate, you go ahead and book, and now you're ready to head to the country that you're headed to. Now, I always tell people, please, especially as Kenyans, when it comes to keeping time, let's always make a point of being in the airport at least 2.5 hours before your takeoff. Yeah, I normally encourage people, do not put on jewelry, because jewelry, I don't know, you know, stylish belts, you know, any form, because it's too much work when you get into the scanning area. You have to remove everything, so it's a waste of time. So I usually advise people, when you're going to the airport, just put on your tracks and your tee, you know, put on that t-shirt and your comfortable tracks. You also need to find out about the metro system. Different countries have different metro systems. I usually advise people, whenever you reach a country, do not use a taxi, especially from the airport to your hotel. It's normally expensive. E.g., you can use 100 Kenya shillings using a metro, and if you were to use a taxi, you'd use 2,000 shillings. And finding out about the metro is very easy. You just need to talk to an airport official who will be more than happy to tell you where your hotel is located around the map, and he can guide you to the metro. Number 4, when it comes to hotels, I normally just book for one night, and then the rest, the other days, I normally go around looking. And I'd advise you, if you have 1,000 bob, you'll still find a place. There's so many places to, there's so many ways of getting a place to stay. You can always stay in a hotel, a good one if you want, depending on your budget. You can stay in a hostel, and trust me, most of these hostels are very, very, very well furnished. You know, you can do coach surfing. You can do you can do Airbnb. You know, there's so many solutions to traveling that are cheaper than, just thinking of going to expensive hotels. Number 5, I always encourage people, travel with your friends, and not necessarily friends. What you can do is, there's so many pages, you can just look for like 3 people, and form a friendship for travel, you know. And then another thing is always it's always important, but it's not necessary, but always get a credit card. Not a, is it? No, a prepaid card. Most of these institutions give them out for free, or you can be charged 500 bob. So when you go to a bank and just tell them you're traveling, they'll give you a prepaid card. And before you travel, you'll deposit some money inside the card. It's always good to walk cash free in these countries, and you can pay via the prepaid card. You can shop with it, you know, and you're not charged an extra fee. At least for some banks, they don't charge. Another thing is food. Always be ready to try foods of a different culture. I can tell you for a fact, if you try, like, let's say Bangkok, if you do food, it's normally like the street food is like $1, 100 shillings, as compared to going to do McDonald's, KFC. So I hope you learned a thing or two from the tips that I gave out. But now from the next videos, what we'll do, we'll use practical tips and maybe add a tip or two depending on the country. You know, each and every country has their own trick, yeah, if I may say, yeah. So we learn a thing or two, you know. We learn the advantages of traveling as a group as compared to traveling individually. But yeah, generally there's so much to learn from each other, and yeah, looking forward to talking to you more. Thank you so much for watching. Let's subscribe and keep watching. Thank you so much, and God bless. Thank you so much.